Duke Kaboom. Yeah. He's so cool. I mean, who doesn't like him and all of his poses? One of the coolest characters. Him, Sporky. What's not to love about Toy Story 4? Um, anyway, Duke Kaboom. Him as a spell, you get him early on in the spell packs and from tower rewards. So most people will have him unlocked, and should you invest more in him? Now he will start off at like 25% chance to get vulnerable, which is not that much, and every 1 in 4 he'll get vulnerable. Now at max level, that goes up to 75%, which is pretty much every single time you use him, you're gonna get 1 or 2 characters getting vulnerable. And now vulnerable is a bad effect that is going to guarantee yourself to hit a crit next time you hit one of those characters, and that is actually pretty good. And he hits the adjacent characters, so he spreads his damage out a little bit, but he's just so cool. The best thing about him is definitely the vulnerable. He does deal a good amount of damage, but you can take him in and you can make some teams that go all around him and find some characters that just deal a whole lot of damage and do kaboom. And then you can just go take them in, and by doing that, you can guarantee yourself some big hits, some takeouts, some one-hit KOs in certain circumstances with the right characters. And man, he is just cool. I just like whenever you see him flying in, you're just like, yeah, I know I am. So I'm just gonna go AoEs, charge up my spells, try and get kabooms out here, and let's see, get myself a hyena out. Bloop. And who do I want to take out? Hulk. Goodbye, Hulk. Hello, Buzz. That should get me enough to get Duke Kaboom. Oof, the stun. Oh, not yet. Okay, well, it will be soon. So let's take out this, and now we will get rid of our stun. Ooh, I am actually going to save Duke Kaboom for now, because I would rather use him with Zurg. So you can actually plan who you want to take out, who you want to use things on, and you really want to save Duke Kaboom for your main damage dealers. Now this, I suppose you would say, pretty much all of my characters are main damage dealers, so that just doesn't really matter. But you'll see here, if I go Duke Kaboom out, kaboom. Now you'll see here, like, being able to guarantee a crit goes 18k speedful, and then crit again. Like, being able to set up things like that is nasty. And you can do the same with Shan Yu. If you got Shan Yu and his crits, and he works so well with crits, and he'll reduce his speed meter. So many, there are different characters and different strategies for using things like that. But being able to work with someone that has effects on crit chance to guarantee that is amazing. And then, like I was saying in the Wild Imagination video, is that being able to guarantee your strategies makes so many more teams and decks more viable. Now, doing the same thing with Shan Yu, him and his crits reduce a target speed meter by 40%. You can guarantee him to do this to somebody. You see somebody coming up on the line, okay, well, send Kaboom at him. Shan Yu's turn, attack. Boom, boom. Hit some crits, and all of a sudden, he can do monstrous damage with his double attacks, get an extra turn, kind of like Zurg. There are a lot of characters out there that can work with him. And although I know a lot of people just early game go, oh, Duke Kaboom, that when they first get him, they think he's amazing compared to Meteor and Trigger's Tower. And then they see other spells and they get to use other spells and they realize, oh wow, Foul Play is way better. All these other ones are way better. But when he gets to max level, he is amazing with certain strategy decks or guaranteeing crits on any type of. You don't even have to have people that work well or have abilities that work with crits. Any super hard hitting damage dealer guaranteeing a crit, you're gonna be away laughing like, look at that damage. It's nuts. So that is where Duke Kaboom shines, and he has so much potential to work with all sorts of different teams, hard hitters, and in most decks you're going to be wanting to use at least one hard hitter. So save it up for them, send them out, or you don't even have to say. So if I was to jump into one more, you don't have to save him just for the one character, unlike Zurg. The only reason why I did that is because I wanted to make sure I showed some big impact. Now, I can just use it anyway and try and use his splash damage, his adjacent attacks, to spread that vulnerable around, and then I can get multiple characters. Like you saw before, I had Sully and Yzma affected by vulnerable. If I do that and get 2 or 3, then I can get all those crits and have multiple characters of mine critting up that much and that extra. Then that becomes amazing. So we'll do it that way this time, and we'll see how we get along. Good old Queen of Hearts. There was once a day in the old gameplay, the way the game worked, that Queen of Hearts was destroying teams and characters, and it was nuts. So I'm gonna go and just focus down here on Aladdin for a little bit. Now, hopefully, that Mickey assist. What I am gonna do is Kaboom. No, I still don't get Kabooms. Alright, now I do get it though. So, what we can do, I'm going to go pop my heals off. I am going to go send a Duke Kaboom right down there on Queen's face. And, flying in Superman style. And let's see, three vulnerables. Now, I can actually make the most of that now and go, no, I ran out of time. I can make the most of that now and just take them all out. And being like, okay, well, let's go take out Shan. Boop, 11k. Let's go take out Mickey. And you can just go quick, take out multiple characters at once. And I was gonna try and save that for Shan to get him to do some crits as well, but Zurg just stole the thunder. But you can see, if you can do that on a team, and him at max level producing that many crits is amazing. Like, it's game changing. And let's just finish this off with Sky. To the face. Now, being able to do that is game changing. Getting 3 guaranteed crits and having that go off is devastating, to say the least, when you're running hard hitting characters, or characters that have special effects with crits or whatever else it might be. There are so many options. Him at max level is amazing. Now, this is potentially only going to be a work in progress for a lot of people. I would highly not recommend getting your Duke Kaboom, spending so much on Duke Kaboom with the gem packs, unless you got a lot of money to spend in very deep pockets. Then by all means buy as much as you want. But for Duke Kaboom, unlike some of the other Toy Story characters, is that here in the spell packs, he is actually available. So he is here in the spell packs. So whereas the other Toy Story ones are not, because he is available from early level and he is a reward, you can get him from the spell packs. You can get him, find him in the shop. You can get as much as you want and max him out here. So you don't need to spend anything on him in the shop. You can just take your time, level him up. You've now seen how good he is at max. Do you want to have Duke Kaboom doing that, shredding teams? I'm sure the answer is yes. Now, my personal preference is just buy spell packs, and not go in and hard focus him anyway. Like, but when you do start getting him up, just don't think he's useless. When you get him up to 50% vulnerable at level 3, he will be pretty good for you, and he'll be guaranteeing, probably most likely he's going to be 1, maybe 2 characters getting vulnerable. You'll be unlucky to get none. But when you get him up to level 4 and getting 75% and getting like 3 characters all vulnerable, hitting big crits, he is pretty spectacular. He can work in well, and look at that, he's just so cool. Hiya! Ooh. Yeah, Duke Boom. Hey ladies. Anyway, that is all for the Duke Kaboom showcase. And who doesn't love Duke Kaboom? I want to hear in the comments below. Do you have now a better opinion of him, seeing how good he can be than you did previously? And he is definitely a spell that gets far better the higher you get him. Whereas there's some other spells like Bucket that are pretty much as good as you're going to get from Unlock. Then Wild Imagination, pretty much as good as going to get from level 2. He is the one that is going to get better over time. So look forward to your getting him from Tower Packs, and anytime you happen to get him, be happy about it, because he's pretty cool. Anyway, can't wait to hear from you guys. What are your guys' thoughts on him? And we'll see you very soon.